Prices are flat and inventory is near historic lows. Let's take a look at the market dynamics for January of 2023 on this week's segment of Market Watch. Hi there, and thank you for joining me for this week's segment of Market Watch. My name is Joshua Barks. I'm an associate broker with Keller Realty Boise with almost 8 years of real estate experience. This week, we have one of our deep dives discussing both local and national numbers as we cover everything that took place in January of this year. I'm going to start off with some highlights, and I will also include the timestamps on the YouTube video so you can go directly to the sections that are most relevant to you. And if any of you want to see the actual market dynamics reports for any specific areas, we have them all broken down by area. So just reach out to us. We're happy to share anything you need. Anyways, let's get into it. And here we are. If you've been following along over the past several months, it will be no surprise to hear that the market is continuing to cool down. We're seeing less sales activity overall, lower demand than we've had over the past several years, but inventory remains to be challenging across many price points. Because inventory remains tight, prices are remaining relatively flat. Yes, we're seeing prices decline as a whole, but the rate of decline has been extremely mild. We expect to see prices continue on their downward trend, but so far have not shown any indications of an all-out crash. Both inventory and pending sales are low compared to the historic levels, even though we have more than twice as many homes on the market today compared to this time last year. Overall, the number of homes sold or home sales for our area is down by almost 25% year over year when looking at the last 12 months of data. We're expecting to see the total number of homes sold continue to underperform that of last year. When looking at national reports, we see a similar story to what we're seeing locally. According to the supervisory economist at the Federal Housing Finance Agency, U.S. house prices were largely unchanged in the last 4 months and remained near peak levels reached over the summer of 2022. While higher mortgage rates have suppressed demand, low inventories of homes for sale have helped maintain relatively flat house prices. And according to Selma Hepp, the chief economist at CoreLogic, again, prices are remaining relatively flat. While prices continue to fall from November, the rate of decline was lower than that of what we saw in the summer and still adds up to only a 3% cumulative drop in prices since last spring's peak. The chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, Lawrence Yun, has also stated a slowdown in prices is welcomed, especially since the typical home price has risen by 42% over the past 3 years. He expects prices to remain fairly stable as inventory remains near historic lows and mortgage rates have stabilized somewhat, so we're seeing buyers return to the market in many sectors. Starting off with Ada County, here are the highlights. Inventory is down by 17.5% month over month, with about 600 total homes on the market and currently for sale. Pending sales have increased month over month by roughly 38%. with about 400 overall pending contracts. When looking at the total number of sales, they are down by about 20% from last month, with about 300 homes sold just this January. The average sales price decreased slightly and is down 0.2%, which equates up to about a $1,000 difference, bringing our average sales price to $609K from $610. Days on market increased again this month, and is now up to 28 days from last month's 26 days. The absorption rate decreased as inventory declined, and now we're down to 1.2 month supply from last month's 1.4 month supply. When looking at the top 3 areas for Ada County, Garden City, who was last year's largest decline in the average sales price, is in the number 1 spot with an increase of 3.8% year over year. Southeast Meridian came in at number 2 with just over 1% of an increase, and then South Boise came in at number 3 with just under 1% increase. When we're looking at the areas with the greatest decline in the average sales price, though, Boise's north end takes the lead with a 2.6% drop in the average sales price. Moving on to Canyon County, we can see it shares a very similar story to Ada County. We have lower inventory month over month with just over 300 available homes for sale. The number of pending sales is up compared to last month with just under 200 pending sales, and the number of homes sold is down slightly. The average sales price has also seen an exactly 0.2% decline, which amounted to a decrease of about $700, and so is now just about $436,000. Average days on market increased as well, but not as much as we saw in Ada County, and the average is up to 25 from last month's 24. The absorption rate is also down slightly at 1.5 month supply compared to the 1.7 month supply we started the year with. The top 3 areas for Canyon County saw a more modest increase compared to their Ada County counterparts. We have Melba coming in at the number 1 with an increase of an average sales price of just 0.7%, South Nampa number 2 with an increase of just 0.5%, and then in the number 3rd spot, Middleton stayed with an increase of 0.3%. As for the area with the greatest decline in Canyon County, for the average sold price, we see Wilder finished off January with a decline in the average sales price by nearly 13.5%. When we're talking about mortgage rates, as you likely remember, the Fed raised the Fed rate by 0.25 percentage point during their last meeting, and they've indicated that they will not be lowering the Fed rate anytime soon. So, rates had peaked back in November of last year with an average mortgage rate of just over 7% for the 30-year fixed and has been steadily declining since. That is until the past couple of weeks where we've seen the average mortgage rates increase by nearly 0.25%, putting us at 6.32% for the 30-year fixed, which puts us back at where we were at the beginning of this year. So overall, rates are expected to remain high and generally increase by the end of the year. However, we're expecting future changes to be significantly more modest than we experienced over the past 12 months. Because of interest rates and rising prices, the typical mortgage payment nationally for an existing single-family home is about $1,900 a month with 20% down. That's a 58% increase over what we saw this time last year. And there you have it. This was a taste of the overall temperature of the current market, both nationally and locally. If you haven't already, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, as that really helps us reach more people. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or reach out to us directly. We're also looking to improve as we grow this channel, and so my goal is to help educate and provide you with guidance and clarity. So whatever you need in order to make an informed decision about your next move, I want to be here for that. We're looking to find out what we do well, what we can improve on, and if there's anything you want to see in our future content, please let us know, and let us know what we're already doing that you want us to keep doing, so I make sure that nothing gets cut as we grow. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Market Watch.